Hi students. Excuse me. Hi students, as I already said that we are going to start today onwards second chapter, that is fractions and decimals, which belongs to 7th class and NCERT textbook. Okay students, now we will just see. Of course, I know that you are very well known about fractions and decimals. You have a very great idea about fractions and decimals, I know that. So just we'll go very little bit fast and we'll just see a little bit description of what is fractions and what are decimals and what are the things he given and what are the things you learned in the previous class. That's what he's going to give to us right now. So students, before getting into the topic, I think you all know about this, right? This is my channel Be Inspired and it is one of the best YouTube education channel. So please share, like, subscribe my channel. Okay students, now we will start the class. Fractions and decimals. So here he is giving something for you. You have learned fractions and decimals in earlier classes. The study of fractions included proper fractions, improper fractions and mixed fractions as well as their addition and subtraction. We also studied comparison of fractions, equivalent fractions, representation of fractions on the number line and ordering of fractions. Yes, because in the 6th class we completed all these kinds and we just know what is a fraction and different types of fractions and addition and subtraction, and in the same way comparison and all these things we studied. That's what he's given here. And now what is the next thing he given? Our study of decimals included their comparison, representation on the number line and their addition and subtraction. Now what we are learning in this class is we are going to learn now multiplication and division of fractions as well as decimals. So in the previous class we just learned addition and subtraction. Now in this class we are going to learn multiplication and division. That is the only difference here when compared to last class. Yes, now we will see what is the thing he given to us. How well have you learnt about fractions? So he's just going to recall each and everything now. Proper fraction, it is nothing but represents a part of a whole. Is 7 by 4 a proper fraction? Students, do you remember what is a proper fraction? Okay, I will just say that proper fraction is nothing but the numerator should be less than denominator. So 7 is the numerator here and 4 is the denominator here. But when compared to 7 and 4, 7 is big, means numerator is greater than, then what we can call this one as improper fraction. It is not a proper fraction. In this he is asking which is bigger, the numerator or the denominator? Of course numerator is big. An improper fraction, combination of whole number and a proper fraction. But actually improper fraction is not a combination of whole number and fraction. It is mixed fraction. Is 7 by 4 an improper fraction? Yes, because which is bigger here, numerator or denominator? Of course numerator is bigger. Improper fraction 7 by 4 can be written as 1 3 by 4. This is a mixed fraction. Yes. Can you write 5 examples for each of proper, improper and mixed fractions? Okay students, now open your maths class books. Okay students, here he asked us to write any 5 examples of proper fraction, improper fraction, at the same time mixed fraction. So here proper fraction is nothing but numerator less than denominator. First I'll write denominator and then I'll write numerator. You no need to write the same examples, you can write your own examples also, but I just took these examples. You have so many numbers, you can write any other thing other than this. And in the brackets I just given the definition of proper fraction, improper fraction and mixed fraction. And coming to improper fraction, it is numerator should be greater than denominator. Simple, it is opposite of proper fraction. And sometimes numerator and denominator should be equal also. That also will happen in improper fractions. So that is the reason the first 2 examples I given like that. Okay students, did you all completed writing now? And now coming to the next, that is mixed fraction. So what is the definition? Here W is nothing but, yes, very good, whole numbers, because you all know that symbols of numbers, we learned this numbers in 6th class itself. So whole number plus fraction, and this fraction should be either proper or improper. So maximum we will be using proper fraction only. So that is the reason in some textbooks it is written that combination of whole number and a fraction. They'll give like that. You can use even that. Sometimes in some cases we are going to use even improper fractions also, but that usage of improper fraction in whole numbers is very less. Okay students, now I just given an examples of my own. You can write your own examples And students don't need to write the same thing, but remember one thing, in mixed fractions you have to remember one thing is, in mixed fractions you have to remember one thing, that is numerator and denominator should come exactly in the middle of your whole number. It should not come beside, or it should not come here, because sometimes we will write this numerator with the beside this, then what will happen, and how it is going to look is, it is going to look like improper fraction. If you write like this, or sorry, if you write like this, it looks like 12 by 3. It doesn't look like 1 2 by 3. So that is the reason we'll write a whole number, and down we, in the middle of the whole number, we will draw a line, and denominator, numerator. Okay, this is what I just want to explain. And now we move on to the textbook, and what are the questions he's asking, we'll see. Okay students, write 5 equivalent fractions of 3 by 5. Of course we all know that what is the equivalent fraction also, because equivalent fractions are those nothing but like your tables. So 3 by 5, first 5 he has, so 3 ones are 5 ones are, that is already given here, and 3 twos are 5 twos are, 3 threes are 5 threes are, 3 fours are 5 fours are, 4 fours are 5 fours are, sorry 3 fives are, here I written wrong, 1 second. Three by 5, 3 fives are 5 fives are, and 3 six are 5 six are. Now we will move on to the next page. So 3 ones are 3, 5 ones are 5, it is already given, so that is the reason I am writing here. 3 twos are 6, 5 twos are 10, 3 threes are 9, 5 threes are 15, 3 fours are 12, 5 fours are 20, 3 fives are 15, 5 fives are 25, 3 six are 18, 5 six are 30. That's what we have to write here. First 5 equivalent fractions means 3 ones are 2, but actually he written, he asking equivalent 5 equivalent fractions. Okay, so that is the reason we have to go like that. And next example, he given that Ramesh solved 2/7 part of an exercise while Seema solved 4/5 of it. Who solved lesser? So here we are going to compare. And if you observe here, the denominators are different, 7 and 5. So at this time what we have to do, we have to go for LCM, or we can go for cross multiplication. Here also he done that cross multiplication, and then he just said which is bigger one and which is the solve. Like that he given some examples for us. Now coming to exercise 2.1, we'll try to solve this in our notebook. Okay students, so coming to our class, he given exercise 2.1, solve the questions. Okay, so we'll try to solve the first one now, and let me copy the question first. Two minus 3 by 5. Okay, here it is. A1, 2 minus 3 by 5. And whenever we are not having any denominator here, then we can just simply go for the denominator to be 1. So this one can be written as 2 by 1 minus 3 by 5. So when we have only two fractions, then we can go for cross multiplication if the denominators are not multiples to each other. So 2 into 5 by 1 into 5 minus 3 into 1 by 5 into 1. 2 5s are 10 by 1 5s are 5 minus 3 1s are 3 by 5 1s are 5. So now we are going to, I think you all know that, again I am saying one more time, I'll say we have to do either addition or subtraction only for the numerators, not for the denominators. Okay, just keep that in your mind. 10 minus 3, my denominator is 5, and 10 minus 3 is 7 by 5. So 7 by 5 is an improper fraction, so we can convert this into mixed also. 5 ones are 5 and 7 minus 5 is 2. So how to write this into mixed fraction? Quotient, remainder by divisor. What is my quotient here? 1, and what is my remainder here? 2, and divisor is 5. And you can consider even not only divisor, you can consider even denominator also. Only in this case, not in all the cases. Okay, now we'll move on to the second question. 4 plus 7 by 8. B1. 4 plus 7 by 8. So here also the same procedure. If the denominator is not there, we can go for the denominator to be 1. And here I have only 2 fractions. So that is the reason I'll go for cross multiplication. 4 into 8 by 1 into 8. In fractions, we have a rule that whatever the number you are going to do multiplication with the numerator, the same thing you should do even for the denominator also. So 4 8s are 32, 1 8s are 8, plus 7 1s are 7, 8 1s are 8. And here we are going to add only numerators, that is 32 plus 7, denominator is 8. 32 plus 7 is 39, denominator 8. And as we all know that it is a improper fraction, so we can go for division. And when compared to 8 and 3, 3 is smaller one, so I need my dividend should be bigger. That is the reason I'll consider 2 digits. In 8 table, when I'll get 39, it will not come. So less than 39, that is 8 4s are 32, because 8 5s are 40. 9 minus 2 7. So we already know the formula how to write the quotient, remainder by divisor. Quotient in this case is 4, and first I'll draw a middle line, and now my remainder is 7, divisor is 8. Okay, now we'll move on to the CBIT, that is 3 by 5 plus 2 by 7. 3 by 5 plus 2 by 7. Now we'll solve that. Three by 5 plus 2 by 7. And here also I have 2 fractions, so I'll go for cross multiplication. 3 into 7 by 5 into 7 plus 2 into 5 by 7 into 5. 3 7s are 21, 5 7s are 35, plus 2 5s are 10, 7 5s are 35. Now my denominator is same, then I can go for addition of numerators. 21 plus 10 by 35, that is nothing but 31 by 35. And here it is a proper fraction because my numerator is smaller when compared to my denominator, so that is the reason I could not go for division. Now next is 9 by 11 minus 4 by 15. And debit 9 by 11 minus 4 by 15. So here I have 2 fractions, so I can go for cross multiplication. 9 into 15 by 11 into 15 minus 4 into 11 by 15 into 11. 15 9s are 135, 15 11s are 165. If you want, you can go for multiplication either of column, no problem with that. Okay students, and here also 11 4s are 44 by 15 11s are 165. Now my denominators are same, then what I should do? I should go for subtraction of numerators. 135 minus 44 by 165. So 5 minus 4 is 1, 13 minus 4 is 9, 91 by 165. As you all know that it is a proper fraction, so that is the reason we could not convert into mixed fraction. Only improper fractions can be converted into mixed fractions. Now here we have 3 fractions, that is 7 by 10, 2 by 5, 3 by 2. 7 by 10, 2 by 5 and 3 by 2. We will solve that. Even 7 by 10, 3 by 5, 1 by 2. I think some mistake is there. 3 by 2. 2 by 5 and 3 by 2. Yeah, 2 by 5 and 3 by 2. I'll change that. 2 by 5 and 3 by 2. This full one is wrong. 2 by 5 and this is 3 by 2. So here we have the 3 denominators, so we couldn't go for cross multiplication here. So we have to go for LCM of the denominators, that is 10, 5 and 2. And 10 and 5 will go in 5 table, so 5 2s are 10, 5 1s are 5. And in 5 table 2 will not come, so we'll write 2 as it is. And now 2 table, 2 1s are 1 and 2 1s are. And no need to do the LCM till we'll get 1. We have to do the LCM because we are doing LCM with the prime numbers. So we can stop whenever we get prime numbers here. Now we will go for multiplication. 5 into 2 into 1 into 1 into 1. Now 5 2s are 10, 10 1s are 10. So my LCM here is 10. Now in 10 table when I will get 10, 10 1s are 10. Next plus symbol. 5 table when I will get 10, 5 2s are 10. When I will get 2 table 10, 2 5s are 10. 3 by 5 into 2 by 5. Now multiply all the numerators and denominators. 7 1s are 7, 10 1s are 10. 2 2s are 4, 5 2s are 10. 3 5s are 15, 2 5s are 10. Now we are going to add all the numerators. 7 plus 4 plus 15 by 10. 7 plus 4 is 11, 11 plus 15 is 26. Of course it is an improper fraction because numerator is greater than the denominator. 10 2s are 20 and 6 minus 0 is 6, 2 minus 2 is 2. So we know how to write this one, quotient remainder by divisor, and here in this case my quotient is 2, my remainder is 6 and my divisor is 10. 2 6 by 10. And students, you can even solve this one also in another way because these are multiples to each other. We can solve that 2 3 by 5. Okay students, I hope you all understand today's class and we'll meet you tomorrow.